All right. So, uh, I got my contact list. I got the contact list. So I got. Let's make a scale here. I got the best job that I've always wanted. A little down, a little down, a little down. To like some shop job where I'm making chicken scratch. All the way down at the bottom. Well, I got the contacts for all the guys that do all the hiring on all the jobs that I want way up here. I got their names, I got their phone numbers, their cell numbers. Um, I've talked to all of them. All of them are like, "Yeah, we need you. I'm busy. I got to do this and this. I'll give you a call back." Another one's, "Yeah, I need you. Have you got your safety orientation done?" Which you have to have the H2S certification thing and this and that and the other. I don't have any of that done. I literally just got to town. I don't have that. And if they need you right now, you got to have all that ready. But third one, waiting on a call back. I had to do the official fill out the application. Love from Houston, man. I appreciate it. Good seeing you. I hate filling out applications more than anything. I think it's the biggest waste of time. Either you need a welder or you don't. Don't make me fill out all this paperwork. You want to call somebody? I'll give you a guy's number. You can call them if you want a reference. But you don't need 10 years of job history, man. I've literally worked 30 or 40 jobs in 10 years. Why do you got to make it so hard on me? It's not that I don't have nothing yet. It's just I'm waiting. I've got all these what do they call them? Irons in the fire. And what we're talking about here are these top tier jobs. I'm still being picky. I got a buddy of mine hooked me up with a fella who was a top dog with this fellow that does repairs on rigs and whatnot, what they call chasing rig work, and he's since got out of the business, retired, gave that part up. He's still doing some fab shop work. But he gave me a list of everybody in the area who does the same work, and I got their names and phone numbers. So I'm waiting for a couple calls back. I mean, I could walk into a fab shop right now and put my hood on and start welding, but I mean, that's not exactly what I want to be doing. I don't want to be building vessels. I mean, I wouldn't mind making spools in a spool yard or something, but the way they have that set up now, it's all shop. It's all $25–30 an hour, no per diem, and I don't know what kind of hours they're getting. So I'm not here for a job that I could do anywhere. I'm here to be in the oil field, to be running that rig, and like I said, at this point I'm still being picky, which is all right, because it's paying off. These guys are I just gotta, like I said, it's a waiting game right now. If I feel like I have to wait too long, I'll change the game plan, go into a shop, or explore some other options. Start going door to door, finding out who's got what going on where. Because heck, I've heard of other companies doing the same kind of work I'm looking to get into that I haven't even contacted yet. I would have to go in the front door. I don't have that direct line. You guys have no idea how big of a help that is, having the guy's phone number that does the hiring. No, I would say no, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't, more than likely. I mean, now there are going to be some companies that are going to say no, we don't want anything to do with you. But I mean, and maybe if it was like last week, that might change it a little bit. But if it was a little while ago, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. As long as you can do whatever you say you can do, and they're hiring you to do that, that's all they want from you. They don't care who you are. They don't care who your daddy is. They don't care who your mama was. They don't care. They need the job done, and it's all about the money to them. I mean, that's what it is. Get the job done. You get paid. They get paid. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. So, but you know, present yourself. You know, you don't stigmatize yourself either. You know, don't box yourself in. So, but yeah, so I'm literally here at the park kicking around. Here, I'll read that. Oh yeah, oh no problem, Dan. No problem, Dan. Here at the park, I just got my insurance, which I'm gonna make a video. I don't know if any of you guys are thinking about getting into the rig welding business, but one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn as I go is insurance. You know, you always hear about this $2 million, $1 million insurance that you got to have. Well, I got it today, and it's so foggy, and there's not a lot of research you can do. And I made a post on the computer the other day, said, hey, and this was in a rig welder forum. It just goes to show that not everybody, because like if you're welding pipeline, you don't need insurance. If you're working for a company, you don't need insurance. But if you're working for yourself, 1099 work, you need insurance. I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. I got all the time in the world. This insurance, it covers the work you do. If what you're working on kills somebody, or fails and kills somebody, or fails and blows up and destroys a facility, it covers all that. I asked her, well, if I drive my truck into $1 million piece of equipment, does it cover that? And she's like, well, no, your car insurance better cover that. And I was like, oh, there you go. So I was able to go to a specialty firm, which you can't go to Farmers. I had people say, go to Farmers, they insure anything and everything. So I called Farmers and I said, yes ma'am, I'm a rig welder, this is what I'm looking to do, this and that. I answered all their questions. They say, all right, well, let's see if we can get a policy for it. No. You got to go to a specialized company. If the person you're talking to doesn't know what a rig welder is, if you can't ask them, say, ma'am, do you know what a rig welder is? If they go, no, I'm not quite sure, they're not going to be able to insure you. The people who do this kind of insurance are specialized. The one I went to was even more specialized into the oil field, and I was able to get away with paying under $2,000, like $1,900, under $2,000 for a whole year of coverage. The $2 million coverage. I got something just popped up on my screen here. Let me try to close it. There, it went away itself. Man, I tried to find a job in Florida. I know exactly where you're coming from. I know, and I just saw a whole bunch of work pop off down there. So yeah, don't blame me for going down to Florida. But yeah, so that back to the insurance. $2,000. I heard it was going to be up to $6,000, $4,000. I spent $2,000 with a local company here in Odessa for a year's worth of coverage. Not only that, I gave them a down payment of a little under $700, and then I get to pay the rest out in payments. I took that option. I could have paid it all up front, but since I'm not working yet, I'm not in too big of a hurry to spend all my money. So I'll be happy to pay I think it was $90. On what? On power plants or boats or what? Yep, I got the over the whole package. Like I said, this lady knew exactly what I needed. She said, well, who are you going to be working for? And I listed the people that I've been talking to, and she said, this is what they require. Boats. Okay, yeah. I imagine there's a lot of boat work down there in Florida. Like, oh yeah, sweet deal. I'll and stay tuned. The business card is in the truck. I don't remember the name of the office, and I don't have the phone number, but I am going to make a video and give her a shout out, just because I had a very difficult time getting insurance, finding somebody for the insurance. So I'm going to make it easier in case anybody is looking. Like I said, it's they'll write a policy for any type of welding, but the one they had was catered to oil field workers. Like, it's not going to cover me if I go into a refinery or what they say, over the water, bridges, stuff like that. High liability, like if it breaks, it's going to be millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like if you go in and blow up a refinery, that's a lot of money. But this oil field stuff, you know, it's smaller structures and there's not a whole lot you can mess up, you know. It's already a big hole in the dirt already, so not a whole lot can go wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty that can go wrong, but it's less than if you're in a huge facility. So that's how they managed to make that so cheap, is because they made those exclusions. So but like I said, I'm going to talk about that in all the detail that you need to know if you guys are interested in that. But right now, I'm here to hang out. If you want to chit chat, ask away. But if not, I'll probably just sit on the phone, maybe watch a YouTube video, and go find some lunch here in a little bit. So I tell you what, I mean, this place is a ghost town. After about 9 o'clock, town quiets down. The main streets are busy, you know, where they're selling tires. If you're a mechanic in this town, you're doing good business. If you're selling tires, you're doing good business. What size oxygen bottles? That is another great question. Great question, and I'll answer you. I'll be happy to answer you, but just know that I'm going to do another video, because I've always been foggy on the bottle situation. Do you buy your own? Do you lease bottles? It's a tricky business when it comes to the bottles. I'll get to the Boilermaker question here in a second. Bottles, 200. I run 200 oxygen, and then I think they call them A125s, the acetylene, and that's the volume. That's how much it holds, 25 cubic whatever, I don't know. Run the 200. I bought all my bottles. I have one argon, I have one oxygen, one acetylene. I don't regret having my own bottles, having them on the truck, being ready to go. I could go like that. They're all full, they're all ready. I can run my torch, I can run my TIG, I can do it all. If somebody walked up to me right now and said, hey, I want to hire you for a job, I could go and be ready and set up in 30 minutes. But the flip side of owning your own bottles is you can't just willy-nilly get those filled. So I talk to Airgas and I say, hey, can you fill these bottles? Oh yeah, we gotta send the acetylene out. It'll take about 5 days. Come on, you're killing me, man. 5 days? Okay, so what do I gotta do? You gotta set up an account at the Airgas. You gotta lease the bottles, which it's like 90 bucks a year, and that's on high end. I've seen places lease them for 60 bucks a year. But you're gonna end up setting up an account. The reason I've been slow walking setting up one of these accounts is I don't have an address. I'm literally homeless. I'm a gypsy right now, full on through and through. And those guys want to know where their bottles are at. You have to have a permanent address. So you know, I'm renting a room right now, moved into my place here in Odessa, and I'm gonna be like, yes, this is my permanent address. So I'm gonna set it up like that, and that's what I would recommend you do. If you get bottles, lease them. If the situation works out and you don't travel and you've got a guy that will fill up bottles that you've bought, no problem, go that route. But I'm not in that situation. Where I'm at, they don't fill acetylene, they send those out of town to fill them up. So okay, enough about that. Let's go up to this question. Best way to start out your apprenticeship, apprentice boilermaker or shipyard? Man, I've been seeing those shipyards hiring. I don't know nothing about shipyards, but if you want to work, the work is there. Go to where the work is at. Go to where the work is at. That's my best advice. And focus on it. If you want to be a boilermaker, start being around boilermakers. Find where they're at, talk to them. You know, because I've done a lot of power plant work and a lot of stuff that's technically considered boilermaker work, but through and through I'm a welder. I mean, I can fit, I can fab. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's on a boiler or on a duct on a power plant. I can fit it, I can weld it. So that's how I've gotten Boilermaker work, is through my welding skills. Uh, but if you want to be a Boilermaker, uh, okay, here's a story. I was hard up for work after I got out of welding school. I drove all over looking for work. Finally, I was out of money. I was out of steam. I had nothing left. I had no more contacts. I had no one else to talk to. So I started going from office to office to office to office in Houston. Walked into Zachary office just the same day that they started hiring laborers for a shutdown at a local refinery in Sweeney. I walked into the lion's den right as the lion was looking to eat. So they ate me right up. They said, "Here's the paperwork. You'll interview tomorrow," and that's how it worked out. But it worked out because I was there. I mean, it was half luck, but it was due to happen. It was that time of year. It was shutdown season. Just like if you go down to if you were in Virginia, in Virginia Beach, or Newport News, Virginia. If you were in Newport News, Virginia right now, this very second, you could find that job you're looking for, because they are hiring. They need those people. Now, if you go when all those boat contracts are up, you're not going to be able to find that job. But if you look for it while the work is available, yeah, the 4-foot ones are the 200. Yeah. Yeah, you'll find that work if you look for it. So just get out there, you gotta put the footwork in. You can get on Facebook and you can ask, "Hey, where's the work? Where's the work? Where's the work? Somebody get me a job." And you might get a lead, you might not. But if you're there and you're looking for the work and you're putting the footwork in, going to the offices, you will find that job you're looking for. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. There's shops where they weld pipe and... Oh yeah, there's all kinds of... they call them spool shops. They're all over the place. Mostly the ones I know of are on the Gulf Coast. Houston, Louisiana. There's a lot of work like that. There's a lot of work like that, and it pays pretty good too. I mean, you can be at home every night making $30 an hour, and when they're busy, getting all kinds of overtime. There are shops that make like skids, equipment skids, and that requires a lot of pipe welding. You know, if it's a compressor skid or this and that, all kinds of equipment. There's more kinds of equipment than I will ever know about. But yeah, that's all shop work. They build that in the shop. You got a roof over your head, you got a heater, an air conditioner, or a fan, or whatever, and you're at home. If that kind of work is where you're at, it all depends on where your home is. If you live in Nebraska, they're going to be making tractors. If you live in Houston, they're going to be making offshore oil field equipment and onshore oil field equipment. So that's the thing about welding. It all varies by region. From the southeast to the northeast to like Ohio to Colorado has its own scene. The Midwest states, Nebraska, Kansas, have its own scene. North Dakota has its own scene. Utah, oh my gosh, things start getting really different in Utah from what I'm used to. So, hey, the UK, wow, good to have you here. Yeah, good to hear you're busy. Yeah, see, if you're in Indianapolis, you're going to be making RVs. Yep. Fell through, huh? I heard big news yesterday. Get down, dog. Chill. Get down, you're all right. Dog's ready to run. That Chevy or GMC is going to, like, shut down all those plants. 8,000 or 16,000 total workers or something. I was like, that's pretty big news. So... something, you know, doesn't have anything to do with the channel, or it's more my personal. I like economics. I follow all that kind of stuff. I follow the drivers of what keeps us all busy, why we're busy, how long we're going to be busy for. Those are questions I ask. I was real nervous driving down here. Oil price was dropping every single day I was headed down here. Ever since I got my layoff in Denver, oil price has been dropping. And I was like, man, it's a risk headed into the oil field as oil price is dropping. Work potentially could dry up, but luckily it's stabilized. Hopefully everything's stabilized. But I tell you what, a lot of indicators are pointing to a slowdown, and you guys need to be prepared for that. You know, have some money in the bank, have a plan. The key is don't have a bunch of debt. So if things do slow down, uh, you know, you're not owing the bank a ton of money for your truck, a ton of money for your house, whatever you got. You know, you don't want to be owing a lot of money for that, because this is that business that shuts down when things are slow. We are in that business. When nobody has money, nobody's building anything. If nobody's building anything, we ain't working. So just remember that. All right, fellas, let's see. Yes, you got to be versatile. You got to be able to do a lot of different things. Exactly. Let's see. Well, it just got me a message from Verizon. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. Be flexible. Get out there. Try hard. Be tenacious. Stay after it. And always look for a different angle. You know, if you can't make it through the front door, try to find a side door, back door to get in. So, peace out. We'll talk to you guys soon.